Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Christian Alex, actor, director, producer, stuntman, all that good shit, voiceover artist, and you're listening to Trap Anime. Let's get it cracking.
Trap anime, trap anime, trap anime, trap anime, trap anime, trap anime, the real anime podcast.
I lay this trap card face down.
This is the Real Anime Podcast.
We bring trap to the anime, and I am Token Day.
I am Strong Arm.
This is Trap Anime.
And this is Trap Anime.
We always in the trap with anime and rap. My arm stays strong, grabbing tokens while I lap. With Saigon when I snap, Hadoken when I tap. If you're looking for some trap anime, then here's your map. We always in the trap with anime and rap. My arm stays strong, grabbing tokens while I lap. With Saigon when I snap, Hadoken when I tap. If you're looking for some trap anime, then here's your map. Here's your map, here's your map, here's your map. Well, we gotta wait a little bit because we got this commercial break about to come up, so hold your horses.
Bitch. This episode is brought to you by D's Nuts. D's Nuts is a wonderful product. I use D's Nuts every day. If you need D's Nuts, call 1-800-D's-Nuts. That's 1-800-D's-Nuts. And they will ship it out to you free of charge. Just mention Trap Anime and they will include a free head ass. That's right, a free head ass. So call 1-800-D's-Nuts and get yours today.
Mark Gifter, who's like an all-star rigger, like he does huge movies. I've seen Mark Gifter, and I've seen Brad Allen. If you know who Brad Allen is, like he's a dude who did a lot of Jackie Chan stuff. Like he was on Jackie Chan stuff. Yeah. Now he did the Kingsman. So I'm just like, yo, what's going on? Y'all got some money if they here. I'm like, yo, what is this? And then they finally told me, because when I auditioned, everything was just like, it was a working title, just because they didn't want anything getting out. But after I heard what it was on, I was like, yo, this is a huge game. So we had a great time doing that. But yeah, we did that for about 4 years. And I remember when we were capping it, they were like, yeah, he's got a new axe thing. And I was like, oh, sweet, does he recall it? They're like, well, no, we don't want to do that. It'd be too like more. And I'm like, wow, wait a minute. But that's so dope that
like, do it anyway, it don't even matter.
It's a magic axe, man. Like,
it don't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, why don't we do this? Why don't I just throw the axe, right? And then I'm just going to do the motion like I catch it. And if you don't want it, the animators can chop off the end. But at least this way you still have the data. So if you like it, you can start implementing it. And then, sure enough, when I came back months later, they're like, yeah, we recalling the axe. So yeah, that was really cool to be a part of that process so early on.
That's dope. That is very dope.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have recently released a movie.
Yes, I do.
Called Get the Girl.
Yeah, I have it on DVD somewhere. I'm just walking through my space. Yeah, so it's Get the Girl this week. We filmed it during the pandemic. We had so much fun doing it, but that's just one of those things, like, when they tell you, like, if people who want to make a movie, they make a movie, like, we had to make that thing, so
right.
Essentially, we wrote it, I shot the movie blind, and then, 30 days after we did it in 33 days, and it took about a year to just edit to call up my favorite, but this is a culmination of that. This is the film. So anybody, if you like independent film or you just want to support, please check this out. It's on Tubi right now. Get the Girl movie. There's a lot of actors first time, being in the film and leading the charge, and I'm just so proud I got to work with a lot of those people and put together that thing.
Okay.
I loved it.
Hey, it was hilarious.
Yeah, we actually all watched. We watched it.
Yeah,
so we actually enjoyed it.
I'm waiting on your next one. waiting on your next piece.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get to the next one. It's funny because we're self-distributing, so you know we gotta make back the initial. You gotta make the back so that way we get to that one. But I'm currently writing right now. I'm working with another cat right now who did all the Roadhouses and Avatar movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we getting a sequel?
Right now.
So the sequel or another project?
It's a different project. This was kind of like, this was a great first film for us, and it was a great thing. If there's interest in a sequel, we'll gauge that when it comes. But this was designed to be a compact story, and my introduction and ultimately my film school, because I had never shot a film before.
Right.
And now, knowing what I know now, oh my God. That was a battle. We got through it, but the next one will definitely be, we'll have a little bit more experience and we'll be able to make a much more cohesive story, because we actually shot an hour long. We had to cut an hour out of this film.
We can believe it.
We can tell.
Yeah, we cut a whole hour out, and there's some back.
And it's already a long movie too, so it's like you cut an hour out. Ooh.
We cut an hour out, yeah. But it's a tighter story. It's more contained, and it happens with every filmmaker. But now, just knowing that, getting it on the page and trying to even sticking to your guns a little bit more, just as a filmmaker, and fighting for the integrity of the story, I think is just something that I learned on that process.
Okay. Did you intend for the movie to be as funny as it was?
I have a sense of humor, and
Because it was a lot of fun.
That was long.
I have a little ADD, so I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be working on this film 70 hours a week, I want to have.
We gotta laugh.
Want to have fun, so I was like, you know what? And one of my favorite writers is like Shane Black. Man, I love like that kind of, the camaraderie and the buddy cop banter back and forth. Like I love that type of film. So I was like, let me kind of do my love letter to that, my version. So yeah. Just from me wanting to have fun and enjoy what we were working on, there is definitely some humor in there. What part did y'all enjoy or something?
I got two off the rip. Go ahead.
You want me to go first? All right. So one of the most hilarious moments is when is it all right if we spoil a little bit or
Spoilers alert, everybody. Spoiler.
all right?
I thought I had to keep it clean for y'all podcast. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh no, you good.
Shoot. So
We say what we want to say.
when y'all were in that the hallway scene, you took the gun, shot up, do. I got him.
Homie Cliff on a 5. Let's go.
You and Bash and Renee, y'all looked at each other, just bust out laughing. It was like, yo, I've been thinking about doing that this whole time. You were like,
Oh man.
It's funny because when we were shooting that, we were originally like, man, it happened so fast because we ended up rewriting a lot of it from locations that we could get. And, a lot of the times we're designing the action as we go. And we're like, what would be good? What would be good here? Because I'm like, all right, so obviously he can't go down the hallway. They're black,
Right.
and he can't like it has to make sense. So like, all right, well, what if he calls that guy out, and then the main guy that's shooting at him, we get him, and then we're able to volley through. So that made a little sense. So
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
we had so much fun being able to just to just play with each other and go off with each other's energy. Yes, and it was so fun.
Yeah, it looked like y'all had fun.
It
Like
did.
it was,
Yeah, it looked like it was
a
a fun
really
project.
great combo of action and funny. I love it. I freaking love it. Now,
and then, the other scene was with you and Johnny, the Black Power Ranger.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny, right? So, was he also in the grocery store with y'all? Or okay,
yeah.
The Quantum Ranger. I forget his name. You threw a box at him, right? And
Like
then,
just took off.
and then you took off.
Like, oh.
Yeah. Awesome.
So how did like we were speculating how you hurt your eye because on the next thing you had the ice
just
pack.
cut.
Did you run into the guy that was sweeping or something like that? You got just like
So what happened was, all right, so the backstory was essentially Bash was a gun for hire. So
Right.
Mr. Fun had originally hired him to take out all of his competition.
Okay.
And that's how, yes, and me, Sniper Dave, Evan, and Arthur, we were all on a team together. So, we used to run down together, and then, me going to the store and getting jerky, like, that's like my way of just like kind of like saying what's up to my friend and then kind of staying under the radar. And so when Arthur sees me, he knows that there's still a bounty on my head.
Okay.
So he originally chased me out the store. We got into a scuffle, and like he's obviously good with his hair, so he's like,
Yeah, I was looking for the scuffle. I was like, how you cut
we cut. Yeah,
They had the cussing pads. Yeah. That's what he meant by we could tell, because they was like, I wanted that scuffle. I wanted
I wanted to scuffle.
Yeah, I mean, actually, tell you the truth, man. Dan Southworth was one of the first people to ever hire me in Hollywood. Like, he gave me my first stunt job.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, he definitely saved my tail on a lot of those shoots because he used to stunt coordinate too. Like, he did Scorpion King and stuff like that. So I had to pad the back a little bit. So it's like, all right, who do I know? That's gonna name value. And if I have a deer in the headlight moment, just because this is my first film, if I get in trouble, I'm like, I'm gonna need somebody, who understands action and understands, how to build stuff. So I'm like, yo, Dan is so handy. Not only is he a really good actor, but he understands action. So a lot of the stuff in the house, like, he set up and he called those guys, and he really came to the he just really rose to the occasion. So he saved my hide and more than one occasion. But Dan is phenomenally talented, man. Phenomenally talented.
Nice.
I could tell.
Yeah.
You guys are all pretty talented actors. I could tell. Like, so I think you do multiple languages.
So right now I'm studying.
Okay.
I'm studying. I'm decent in Japanese and I'm decent in Spanish as well. But I'm learning 6 right now. It's kind of a long-term goal. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, a couple of years from now, I'll be able to at least converse in all of them fluently. Just because I feel language is such a powerful thing.
It is.
A lot of the jobs that I got in the beginning were because I had a basic understanding of Japanese. Not because I can speak it, but just because mainly, there's a lot of directors.
You understand the culture, yes.
They have an affinity for it, and they look at you differently, and you perceive differently when you can articulate yourself in a different language. So I think that's one of the great things that you can do. Just in business or an individual, if you want to set yourself apart from anyone in your industry, I think knowing and being able to converse and operate in a foreign language is like it's like filling your shoes with gold. You always gonna have backup ways to get to bat.
Okay. So what has been your hardest role?
Hardest, probably this one. The reason I would say is because not only am I performing and I have to be there and present, I have to self-direct, and I also have another sharp actor to watch my performance to make sure that I don't undershoot myself. Like, hey, did you buy that moment? And being able to be subjective, as a producer, because I paid for that movie out of my pocket. Like, we didn't have no investors and nothing like that. That's Jeep Wingstop and anime money. I was like, we're gonna spin it there, and so being able to be able to switch through those hats convincingly, and over an extended period of time, not to mention commanding a crew, because if you it's different. You're like, when you come to just act, it's almost like a vacation. You don't have to worry about all of the other stuff,
right?
Yes. And all the other logistical things.
That's the difference between management and an employee.
I I was just like, it's such a dream come in it, and it's like it makes you think as an actor, like, dude, you kind of the least important thing there. Now you're the most glorified position because you're the face of the thing, but there's a lot of people that job is to make you look good because you're essentially the audience's eyes and ears. But there's so much that goes on. So there's an army of people that I had to thank and still thanking right now to make it happen. But it's different. Where it's like, all right, that's done, and then everyone's looking at you, and then it's like, oh, nothing gets done unless okay, we're doing this side. Sometimes you something. I had a couple of deer head like bugs. I'm like, what? The next scene is,
yeah.
we're gonna take 5 minutes and regroup it.
It's in your hands.
And if you've ever had imposter syndrome, man, sometimes it comes like my inner voice sounds like Will Ferrell. Whenever I'm like not confident, like, man, you're losing. What are you doing? You're screwing up. So it's like, after we were filming for a little bit, I was able to relax, and I was like, all right, cool. But there's some days where it's like, look, we won in 3 days. We got the bunch for 2. Never shoot action and acting in the same day. It's just a bad look. And then the sound man came late one day, and I'm just like, so I think after doing all of that, and acting and on top of that, I think it just, it's still sharp as steel, man. I think I have much more bandwidth after that, especially after dealing with the post too. Oh my gosh, man. But I would say definitely that role just because there was so much going on.
Yeah, you had so many different hats on doing that.
Right.
Yeah, you're extremely multitasking.
You have to. I feel like, especially the way the business is going nowadays, even you're looking at musicians and stuff like that, filmmakers, like even, just to hold your value in the marketplace, you have to understand and be able to operate and communicate on so much more of a broader level, because essentially what YouTube and Instagram and all these platforms have made the average person, they've made them the network, they've made them storytellers, they made them actors. So now everyone knows so much more about the process. And if you're looking at like your people are elevated, your game, like y'all are straight up media. So it's like everybody's kind of elevating. And then my brother, he has a really good analogy that he borrowed from something. It's like, when everybody's super, nobody is. It was from The Incredibles. So it's like now that everybody's kind of like, a superhero, it's getting back to, your lens, your point of view, how you tell your story, how you run your podcast, your sensibilities, the questions you ask. Because now, like, everybody's kind of in the game. So finding your voice and your audience is paramount to not only your livelihood, but just being able to do what you do and do what you love on a continued basis. So it's definitely an interesting time.
Okay. Let's see. Another question I have for you. So, as a voice actor, what is the hardest part of your job?
I would say sometimes the technicality of it. I would say probably anime is technically the hardest work, and here's why. A lot of the times, if you're especially just coming in on a story that's been established, a lot of the times you may not know what's going on. All the things you might want as an actor in the beginning, like you may want, like, what's our relationship, where are we at, what we're doing this, unless you're innately, unless you know what the property is and you've seen it before. A lot of the times you're coming in and you're recording on the go, so you rely so heavy on your director. I'm like, all right, well, this is a situation, this is a relationship, and this is what's going on in this part of the story. Act. And it's the one that's going in the film. So
like, you don't get the ending or
like, bring me this energy, exactly.
You can't stay with it. So it's like, all right, so it's not really surprising to me that a lot of people get the same roles. A lot of people get the same work over and over again, because just the nature of the business moves so fast. Like, you need an actor that can find out all of those things within a moment and make a good choice and make it convincing and make it good enough and engaging enough that people are going to want to hang in for the story.
Okay. So what has been your favorite character or position to fulfill?
Oh, it's tough.
Like out of all the video games and animes and movies that you've done, give me three. Give me your top three that you absolutely had the most fun playing.
Okay, I would say, even though it was a smaller role, Alexa, stop. I'm sorry, my alarm went off. Even though it was a smaller role, but Extraction was amazing to me, just because of how that happened. You know, working with Sam Hargrave and going out in Thailand and working with Chris Hemsworth, like it was crazy because I wrote stuff like that on my vision board. I got a vision board that I had for a very long time, and as you can see, like it's weird. I would do like interviews sometimes, and I would see like YouTube videos that I did a year ago, and I'd be like, oh wait, superhero movie, Batman for Super. I'm like, oh shit, that's on the board, and that actually happened. Like, damn, I shot in Michigan on Batman vs Superman. I did superhero movies. I did movies. Like that was like this. There's something to be said about very focused manifestation and taking intense action to make that happen. So that was just brilliant. That was all time high. Working, man, there's so many. Working with Miss Piggy, that was amazing. I got to arrest her, like, yeah. Working with
love Miss Piggy.
I arrested Miss Piggy for that. It's like, and it's weird because I'm talking to the puppet like an actor. I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then there's one take with the actor like, she's puppet dude. I was like, oh shit, that's all. It's so good at what they do. It's like, you know, being a video game character, I mean, I always played fighting games growing up, so that was a big goal of mine, and I played the hell out of Killer Instinct, and, you know, talking with somebody who I played and then being able to voice a character that I actually played that was dope.
Yeah.
That was a full circle moment. Now, every now and then I just turn on the game, I'm like, playing myself.
They gotta be real cool.
Yeah, the traveling, and then there's a lot of stuff that I still haven't done, but just I would probably say Extraction, Killer Instinct, One Punch Man. Obviously, there's so many cool ones, but you know, there's days where it's just like you go back and you remember. So it's like it may not be my favorite today, but it's like a great. That was
a great one.
I think the collecting of those moments. It's just amazing. I would say that it just changes, but yeah.
That's dope.
Okay, my last question, and we don't.
Sorry, Thundercats. Oh my God, Thundercats, being Panther on Thundercats.
Oh, yeah.
It was the one that it was the one that, you know, not too many people received, but I mean, I still had so much fun recording, and I still go back and watch it. Man, I have so much fun watching this show. But I mean, it was a great 2 years of my life, man. Working with some of the greatest people in the world, like Chris Summer came one day. I'm like, you know, you have a Kanye version. That was amazing. I got that call on my birthday that I had booked Panthro, so that was another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was definitely career highlight. So yeah.
Okay, my last question. Now I'm gonna get you out of here because I know you got stuff to do. You're a busy man. You got too many hats, so you got stuff to do. So my last question is, for all the fans out there that want to be like you, want to be an actor, want to be a producer, voice actor, stunt man, what advice do you have for them?
Okay, my advice would be, you don't have to be perfect to get started. You know, I think you can. There's a quote that me and my friend came up with for a thing. It was called. I was doing a speech, and we came up with this thing. It was called "Baka ni natte tsuzuke." So basically, what that means is, you know, it translates as like, you know, even if you're an idiot, just start. Like, don't be afraid to be an idiot, or dumb it down and start. So I remember when I didn't have credit 1 on my resume, you are, and I even have to remind myself this to this day, you are who you say you are. So I didn't have any credits, and I would walk up to somebody like, "What are you?" I'm an actor. And like not an expiring, not anything like, "Oh, I'm an actor." You know, I'll go to Anime Expo. I'm like, "You are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a voice actor." "Really?" "Yeah." "What have you been in?" "Nothing."
Yeah.
My resume, I'd send it out. It was blank. I was like, "Your credit here."
There we go. Hey, you add to this.
Literally leading into the fact that, you know, I may not have started, or I may not have a huge body of work, but I'm here, I'm trained, I'm ready, and being tenacious and having enough courage to boldly state what you want and then fiercely go after it, like, you're going to get traction. So I would just say, look, have aspirations. They can be as big as they want to be, and if they're huge, great. They should scare you. You shouldn't aspire to be something that's easy for you, because you should aspire to something where the journey alone will make you great. You know, just what would it take to be on the journey of that leveling up? You know, on the way in and becoming a there's KOK, there's so many other levels that power you up. So that way, we're always growing and evolving. So I would say just go out, start, take massive action. That's from Tony Robbins, but I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's very true.
Just do it.
Just go out and don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. You have been awesome, man. We have learned a lot from you.
Yes. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Trap Anime.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure y'all turn in, tell a friend and tell a friend. Get the girl on Tubi right now. Get the girl on Tubi. And I'm Christian Alex. Peace and love. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thank you.
All right, this is Trap Anime, and guys, we are out of here.
Bye.
Appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Have a good one.
For sure, man. Let me know when it's aired, and I'll share it to myself.
I definitely will.